What's up, everyone? My name is Andrew Yalo, and today I'm here to break down why the BB25 premiere was an absolute train wreck, how I would fix it, and what redeeming factors there actually were. But before we get into today's video, make sure to stay subscribed for more content, hit that like button, and join the Discord server down below. Also, major spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the premiere, I would highly suggest watching that first before watching this video. Also, for those of you that may have not seen, I was just at the BB25 premiere party in New York City where I got to meet so many friendly BB and Survivor alum. So if any of you that I met are watching this video, thanks for tuning in. Now let's get to this premiere. It's the 25th season of one of my favorite reality shows, yet the way the premiere was produced looked as if it was their second or third season in the business. The pacing of this premiere in the second half was arduous and completely dragged out longer than it needed to be. There are many reasons why this premiere felt awkward, cringeworthy, and strange compared to seasons past. One of the main contributors to this is the fact that they keep doing live move-ins. I'm not sure who on production is responsible and calling for every season since 22 to have a live move-in, but please stop doing it. The reason why this should be stopped specifically for BB25 was because of the new twists and the format of the season. This new twist, I'm actually a big fan of it. If you watched my video where I broke down why big alliances are breaking Big Brother, then you would have seen that I talked about why having an HOH the first week decide who gets nominated is always a big contributor to big alliances being formed, and they finally fixed that this season with the new format. However, having 4 competitions play out that were all at least 2 minutes long is not entertaining. Watching people hang on a wall horizontally while they get pulled is more boring than watching paint dry, because you can't even tell how much force is being used on these guys. You kind of just have to trust that Helen isn't being pushed, or for instance, Corey isn't getting pulled into Julie's nether regions. Her words, not mine. If this were a non-live move-in, the challenges could have been done way differently. And they could have even done just one big competition where the first 4 people get eliminated, or the last 4 people to finish were just nominated for eviction. I felt that the producers were overcomplicating a really simple twist here, but here's what's even worse about this premiere. We get to see the cast, we get to see who they are, we get to know them, that's fine. But the minute that the premiere went off the rails was when everyone was brought onto the stage at once. Do you remember the good old days where the house guests moved into the house and they got to explore the house before picking their beds? Remember those key moments in seasons past where the house guests move in, they're all excited, jumping up and down, and taking in the moment of walking into the Big Brother house for the first time and seeing the new house? Well, this was completely botched as soon as Julie pulled up a video of Frankie, Brittany, and Danielle walking into the house, completely spoiling to them what the house looked like. It's something about the magic of the show that kind of gets taken away as soon as you show the house guests what the house looks like before they move in for the first time. It's like giving your kid a gift for Christmas without any gift wrap on it. It just doesn't make any sense to do that way. Also, right before they moved into the house, they went to a commercial break where Julie literally says that, but wait, there's a big twist coming up that they're not going to expect, when they're literally on stage with Julie as she says that. I don't know, man. I just really think that this show is so funny to watch sometimes. To top it all off, when the house guests moved into the house in groups, they were poorly directed on what they needed to be doing when they should have been just going to the backyard and getting in their spots. It just looks so poorly produced, and it looks like they have no idea what they're doing and they weren't even told what to do. And as a fan of the show, seeing this just pisses me off because it's not good television. If someone turned on their TV and started watching Big Brother 25 and it's their first episode they've seen in the series and they saw people kicking themselves in the ass or the poorly coordinated move-in, I would not want to watch the rest of the season. The move-ins they've done in the past where it's edited down and everyone gets to introduce themselves was always the part I enjoyed most as a kid when I started watching the show. To be honest, I would be totally fine if I didn't have to watch everyone compete in a challenge before the game even started. The reason why I'm not a fan of this is because they don't even know each other yet, and they're introducing themselves to each other super quick in the backyard, and now they have to do some random sophisticated puzzle that explodes when you finish it, or hang on a wall for however long. The point I'm trying to make here is that you gotta stop doing these live move-ins. The edited ones are so much better, and more likely than not, they're just gonna end up covering the live move-in on episode 2 anyway, so they're just making themselves do more work anyway. Live competitions are only fun after a tense eviction happens or if it's during finale night, not when these people just move into the house for the first time and it's live. Now, the producers did do some things right on this episode. The things the producers did right this season was create a twist that doesn't have a cringeworthy name, they have a great cast, and a great overall theme to the season, and Suri Fields is in the house. Now, a big argument about why I guess the live move-ins should stay is that we wouldn't get night 1 feeds, and I get that. Night 1 feeds are always so much fun to watch. I remember BB22 through 24 staying up all night watching how crazy the feeds were in those first 24 hours. So yes, I get why live move-ins have now become such a staple in the show, but to be honest, the way these premieres are edited just make the show look really bad. When you put a show like Big Brother next to a masterpiece of a show like Survivor and compare the two as far as excitement and enjoyability based on premieres, Survivor will always take the cake. From a marketing standpoint, I can see why it's much harder to get into watching Big Brother now when there's just not much going for it in the first 90 minutes that we get to see. The show just isn't the same anymore as far as premiere goes, and it's just sad because when you look back on how great the show used to be produced, as far as editing goes, the show used to have a lot going for it. But now, it's just the same shit, just done a little bit differently every time. With that being said, let me know if you feel the same way I do. Let me know if you think that these live move-ins are just dragged out and too long. And if you think that the producers at CBS should take a page out of my book and start changing the way that they do their move-ins. I think that there's still a lot more room for improvement. I'm looking forward to covering this great cast and this great season, and I can't wait to see what you all think. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and stay notified for when I post more. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.